They really are going to be shooting for that big gun to start it off. FlyQuest Red versus Catface. Somebody's going to get a 4th win today. Somebody's going to lock it in. It's another day, like you mentioned, to get the golden ticket. And we're about to be on Icebox to start off this best of 3.
Yep, Catface Val's pick to get things started here, taking it over to the chilly Icebox. And again, it's a little bit of a risk knowing it's also up FlyQuest's alley, but they think they can out-aim, they can out-shoot in the warm-up match for this best of 3. And looking like we're seeing about to see 2 ships pass in the night, right? A heavy stack at Aggress Out A, and a heavy stack from MEOW, or Catface, going to be heading towards the B site off of this contingency.
Oh. The double tap, easily protecting Icy there to start things off. Very abrupt there. I don't think Theo is expecting that much speed here on pistol round. And it looks like they get spiked down, and they will not decide to push. They're going to play all the way back, actually. 1 at yellow, 4 long.
If they rear at mid, they would have caught Lace here, but no dice just yet. It'll be late impact, and hopefully they can find this killjoy so that Yuto won't impede the rotation from this Viper late. But you mentioned giving up all that space. Is it worth it, especially when all the fly players can funnel in? Doesn't matter if Icy's taking them down one after another.
What a peek, just cutting the corner. Sin going to be on the other 2. Sin opening up with, or Icy opening up with 3 on that round. Absolutely incredible stuff. And like you said, kind of ships passing in the night. Theo was the one in the lighthouse that I think they were still trying to get the light on for a moment. And just boom, in came the ship that was MEOW. Is setting up on the harbor of B. And they get, I can't say that, harbor's actually an agent. And they just get the spike down. And it looked a little weird that they were going to leave the site, but the shots, it made it safe.
and I think part of that reason, again, is we mentioned Slicey really late, right, making that mid-wrap. I think that's going to be a standard on this attack half. But speaking of standard, double duelist has to aggress, especially on an eco. Bob, nice deposit here deep into Nest, but no contact made just necessarily yet onto the lurking animal. And it feels like I like this from Catface, right? It's an eco, you expect something out of the ordinary to come out of FlyQuest here, like a gamble push. And they've just kind of set up these nasty off angles really deep, but they're not actually like over-aggressing where they're going to lose catastrophically the round off of a 1 team fight.
Enemy tag.
Taking their time for sure. I mean, Spike's still down, so this is just a search and destroy mission right now before they can get anything. This is going to be some weird timing. Oh, no, it goes up.
Ooh, look how deep Ev is. First line of contact. No drone, no recon bolt. There's going to be the counter recon, actually, that kind of acts as that beacon in the sky. The rest of the team for Fly starting to rotate over, but can they get there fast enough? Icy force up the Vandal off the 3-piece. They don't even need the Vandal. Animal, the Sheriff's enough.
Yeah, just absolutely tearing open the site with 1 shot from Pipes there. Sin's a Guardian and still working it from the elevated position. Animal just claws down the team. Oh, 4K with the Sheriff. His Animal is everywhere.
Let's just say I think she's feeling a little bit better this week. She said, you know, her team was carrying her last week in that match because she was under the weather, and she said it's my turn to carry. Especially when Bob, right, drops your hero rifle for Icy there, back sight, trying to claim that space, denying the additional rotations that come through. The way you ensure that no other players are going to follow, that buy-up round is clean. That's exactly what you need. And now, Animal, right, you had a Sheriff. You had money in the bank to cash out now on an extra Vandal, an extra ounce of power to hopefully convert this 3rd round bonus.
And what a way to shut down Fly to start here. This bonus round, really, they need to do some damage on this bonus. Oh my gosh, it rinse and repeat. It is still a fake. They're going to go mid for the first time, so they ran a different strat every time, though. We give a different look. And oh my god, just pixels, slivers are all they need as MEOW starts to move through the map.
And they always have somebody covering their back. They always had a trade. Usually you get lost in the sauce, a little discombobulated there on those mid takes, right? The timing doesn't align, but they were confident because Icy found both of those kills over towards yellow, over towards B, that there wasn't going to be anybody slipping through Snowman or slipping through main. So they could focus on who was coming from behind them under tube, who was coming out of kitchen and snow pile. Just really nicely done trading those out and getting such a fluid and streamlined 3rd round bonus with worse weapons.
Yeah, that was incredibly fast, especially for being able to react to constant mid pressure from different angles. Like, this is all very well thought out, and MEOW is able to play their own game right now, right? They really have not been stopped from making a single move that they've wanted to, and now they're going to try to take that A space again.
Well, and I feel like FlyQuest thought with this style composition it was just going to be the A-take stimulator, right? Just duke it out so you can win the space. But they have not expected, like you mentioned, the colorful attack that's happened so far. They've changed every time this round, no exception. Other than Icy, again, kind of this lone wolf player. And the follow-up's delayed, but still there nonetheless. And Icy, gotta be careful. There's 2 players about to nip at your heels. The toxic screen beautifully placed, though. Wait a minute. Oh!
Last player standing.
Jump scare. The Fox takes down Bob in the trade. Like you said, always behind each other to make sure something can happen off of these kills to get a return on the investment of a player. Double tap down. Nice shotgun, actually, to reduce the damage needed to take down Lace. Animal's going to go ahead and clear that one up. And they're going to have a lockdown and a Hunter's Fury already coming in around 5 to keep securing rounds and go for the throw on another FlyQuest buy.
Wow, 4-0 right now on your map pick. And that's the thing is, this composition is such an ego comp, right? With the club, with the ISO, and I'm impressed that even when Icy's falling, which right now they're about 50-50, I think, with, you know, finding profound double kills or getting traded immediately from the FlyQuest side. And yeah, I think this timeout's definitely warranted here, right? Like, yes, you have double duelist. Yes, we kind of talked about how the ball has to get rolling with the operator or something of the like to kind of strengthen this style of defense, but you gotta win around to get that money, or you're gonna be in this purgatory-like cycle of buy, save, and it's only getting worse, right? Look at the ults that are online now for MEOW or for Catface Val.
And you still have quite a few pips needed to grab those from FlyQuest. Yes, Bob's near one. You have Evs on the Hunter's Fury, but to answer a lockdown, to answer all this other stuff, you could lock down to get the Hunter's Fury, and then with the power they've had in these rounds, continue with the rest of the ultimates just to take another one. So we'll see how much they can roll this over from the side of MEOW. FlyQuest taking a very important time out here just to sort things out. I think they're in a very chase what MEOW is doing mode, and I think they need to just hold positions, rotate less, and kind of rely on each other to guard what they have, and then just go for a retake. There's not many alive for the retakes when they've been happening right now.
Yeah, it's been a little difficult, I think, because of how left, right, center it's been from MEOW, but looks like they're going back to basics, right? Don't want to change too much out of the timeout, especially when you have a kill contract to open up the round, open up the A side. When you're up against Bob, you've got your work cut out for you. Even with the reveal, that's not enough. It dissipates. Icy, though, lands the shot, and just like that, one player kicking off. You got to deposit Lace to now fill that void, but even then, their double tap's been destroyed. This toxic screen's allowing now for MEOW to take extra space. Ooh.
Oh my god, they come out of the timeout. That was a dart into the kill contract. And now they actually get Ev's Hunter's Fury right away. They're going to know where one more is on the map as the lockdown tries to push them back. And they missed. This is just falling apart so early for FlyQuest.
Oh, and the alarm bot's active. Lovely, spotted. And, I mean, she had the opening kill on that lurk player. We talked about Slicey, these late round wraps. So now, I mean, you know, player's flank. You don't know if Thea's with her, so you're going to fight in a spawn instead. But it's a little disjointed. Sin double checking behind her back. And as a result, it's just 1v1 after 1v1. Starting to fall apart now in favor of FlyQuest.
This is what they need right here. They have to stop the bleeding. They've identified Luna Fox. No utility. Oh, no, the Hunter's Fury was there. Luna playing inside, probably would have thought they would have been charged if they did try to use it, but still, that's a huge round from FlyQuest, and one MEOW actually absolutely gave right to him.
Oh, for sure, and using as many ultimates as they did as well to not walk away with the round. The lockdown, the kill contract, it's gonna have to hurt, but you still got a nice cushion of 3 rounds to work with here. The money's not out of hand. They're even gonna lean into the Blade Storm for Bob here, which is where I wish they actually held on to the kill contract, right? That would be the perfect counter, you know, rip away, you have only a classic left in the gulag, but what is this, Rib? The Slicey attack operator? They don't like that Alavilli got the frag mid last round, is what I'm sensing.
This is wild. Does it get dropped to somebody after so they can keep the lurk going on, or does that turn into Animal right away? Like, this is interesting. They're actually going to play it correctly, and it works immediately on the double push mid. But do they expect Bob? The turret's going to see him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was expected, but they did their job. And you mentioned, are they going to lurk? No, they're going to post up here. Be that extra line of defense, that extra tradability. They heard the Cloudburst, but the pivot's not fast enough. And Bob, the Bladestorm, sneaks one and gets away. Establishes the 4v3, gives a little bit more hope to Fly. That Ev's going to widen, even things out to the 3-on-3 now. And for the first time, we've actually seen the A exec flushed out completely. A forced rotation, and it looks like Bob is going to meet them head-on. Updraft available. Do they go yellow? Do they play the close, quiet angle?
Oh, Bob always plays up, right? They're going to try to do everything they can to get these kills right away. One with a Vandal, two up close. That's got to dodge out on whatever comes next, and it wasn't ready after the dart came through. Bob goes down.
Oh, plenty of time to work with here. 30-ish seconds. A lot of delay utility between the Viper snake fight, between the shock darts. Now that those are starting to run out, and you know both players are here. Do you re-rotate? At this point, you're just weathering the storm, hoping they make a mistake. And Unifox looking to identify.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh. Oh, the double swing. Both of them actually took an extra step on that, too, to make it a double wide. Oh, my gosh. Nicely done. They pull it right back in their favor, and that reset stings quite a bit, especially with the way the money's flowing right now.
That was such a clean 3-2-1 swing kind of moment there. Especially when they were bullying you with all of the utility just to delay the plant, to play down the clock. And we mentioned it, it's only a speed rump on the road to success right now for this attack half of MEOW. That last round, that was won for FlyQuest because, again, the money's fragmented. You're going to force up Lace with the Vandal because that kill contract's in hand. So you're hoping the double tap will be enough to convert, to get a weapon down, to get an advantage in hand. It looks like that is, in fact, the plan here.
Hello. Nice try, Lace.
You don't even deny the orb, though, unlike last round.
Give up one of the... Oh, my... Just toying with them. Lace drops Ice. We were wondering about that ISO competition, and now, again, it's going to be another one. Sin drops Lace, and there are kills all over the map right now, leaving a 2v4.
Ooh, the turret dropped just before Thea shot it, but Cat's out of the bag, and Slicey is the one that was let loose, able to cut off those rotations, playing, you know, the flank watch, ironically, in this situation super, super well. And I liked the kill contract from Lace, but I wanted it earlier, because if you notice, as soon as she was taken to the alternate dimension, right, the scale up from MEOW was immediate, right? They're like, there's one less player on A, we're gonna get these kills and take this site by force, and as a result, they're taking the round. And I mean, they're so confident they're playing the 3v1 on site and leaving Lunafox to clean up the loose ends, prevent Alavili from saving, or Lovely from saving any weapon.
Jeez, they are just on top of everything right now. 6-1 here, coming into Icebox. Both teams sporting that really nice record here through the Swiss stage, about 4-0. And who's going to be able to break it? Right here.
Here we go. And, I mean, we mentioned it, it's just a cycle, hard to escape as MEOW is locked in at least a tied half, looking to expand it here. And at this point, it went from, like, creative, changed up every round to, like, hey, guys, we're just out-aiming them today. Let's go back to not showing our full strength. You know, we got a playoffs to get to when we get this ticket. And as a result, they're just going back to hit A until it stops working. Or the fake out, leave Icy deposited. This works too. Here we go. A little bit quiet, a little bit slow. See a Lovely trying to get more information on this rotation, see if Icy was just faking. And now that that final end's been cut off, the rest of the FlyQuest members have made it over towards this site. It's gonna be another Flood-style retake. We mentioned how they were never playing forward on the pistol. Well, now that they have weapons, they are so playing forward. Sin getting shredded by the shock dart swarm grenade combo, but they're not dead just yet. The dismiss back into the safety of the Viper's pit, but you gotta push out. That timer gonna be ticking away. You're not immortal forever. And the high-low have Lovely just trying to weather it, and they do so successfully. No punish, the lockdown online. And this is how they're gonna try and force these players out.
They got lots of time. If they can just play a little bit patient here and get themselves encroached in before taking the fights. Oh, they take it from pretty good distance. They're still trying to get to the spike here. Lunafox again, the last one here, looking at the spike, but it's not going to be the only one. Animal tries to get on it, and the defuse is going to be there. Is there going to be enough time? It's going late, and it is going to be locked in by the side of FlyQuest. They get their second round, and they are pushing for more. You can see how hungry they are.
I mean, I wish Sin, again, they had to win out that fight, right? And I wish as well if Icy... Again, they're playing that kind of fake-out lurk duelist, which is fine if you had a secondary duelist there, because now, again, a lot of that crux, a lot of that forward pressure is coming out of Sin. And when that falls short, when you've locked down to force you even deeper out of the pit, space was nicely made, and a great attempt at a Vandy with Phantom. I saw a vision where there's a spray to connect onto the second player, and you're able to find the last on the defuse, but all in all, it's a FlyQuest second here. A chance to start, you know, turning this half around, but that chance might have just been smattered. Finally an open kill favoring Icy. Lace not able to get the punish just yet either, but they're going back, they're trying.
Nice to get that double tap off for now. It might slow him down. Hunter's Fury is going to be searching, trying to look. Oh, just one. The dance from Ev. Knows how to play that game as a Sova themselves. But it's still going to be this full push in. The wall comes in. The kill contract is going to go wide inside. And they're going for the site fight. Oh, no, it hits. It hits Ev, and they get it.
And, I mean, whether it's been Icy or Lace executing the kill contracts, I feel like Catface has been winning them all this half. And now I'm left on the ropes. Thea trying to just weather the storm of players. And even if she survived that engagement, Slicey was going to be good for the backstab, and we finally thought Fly could be getting their footing to close this out in a more even half. Once again, MEOW just breaks through, gets the 7th, gets the guaranteed advantage, and that's the one that, again, breaks the economy here, minus maybe Bob, minus a Guardian for Lace, these duelists, but 2-7. I mean, no one's ever a fan of using 2 timeouts in one half, but if this, you know, goes into a round or two, we might have to see it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like FlyQuest have bad ideas when they come into these, right? They're losing the firefights, and then the trades, I think the trades that are coming after are really where MEOW is able to pick up the extra kill that FlyQuest now has the loss of utility, the loss of retake, and they're still playing a little bit less retake than you kind of want them to want to see right now. Because MEOW just feels like they can take the site. They're throwing themselves at it, and they just keep going, especially with kind of being able to, I think, figure out where the space is, using the metal and other things like that to deny where Fly could be standing. So it almost feels like MEOW is just really in the know.
Oh, for sure. And you mentioned it, Fly also playing a well macro game, like they're rotating on time, even now, right? This time, Thea learned from her mistakes, wasn't getting punished for anchoring deep over towards B main. Plays back, falls into the cavalry, and it's Lace and Bob to rotate over. And they're ready to contest here, but still a lot of space. We mentioned how Icy was usually not a player that was able to push up deep through this B-site control because they were lurking or they were first blooded. And this round they tried to do so, but a classic how?
Great patience, great hit. Actually gets shattered a little bit by the ISO utility. Sin's able to return a few more, but this was the patience we were looking for. Even with the classics, they fully push off Catface, who have Turntail and are now making their way over towards A. This will probably be a pretty safe plant, but nice pickup on the 2 Vandals, and going to do a pretty good amount of damage on the way there, I think.
Lovely stuck around mid, right? But it wasn't long enough. The turret went down. These players got deposited. I like the distraction from Slicey because you're not going to click Animal and Boiler as well. So those 2 Vandals you mentioned, they're gone. It's all down to Thea, classic in hand, and you know where she's coming from, right? She let those shots go onto Slicey. And see, Luda Fox, the welcoming party here, over towards Maze.
See it. Nice cleanup. We saw that cooperation though from FlyQuest, even with the lower buy and how quick. Oh, that's a nice heart. How quick they were able to kind of circumvent the defenses of Catface after the not really post plant, but what looked like a post plant. They were in the site pretty deep, trying to hold and get position, and FlyQuest said no. So here comes the operator. Bob reaches into the wallet. Reaches into the wallet, slides that card, and says, "Thank you very much." Let's see if the return on investment comes through here. Not many rounds to do it, but necessary rounds they are.
I like this. You've kind of started to pinpoint a regular pattern. Yeah, starting out on A time and time again, even if it is a fake, even if it is a rotation to B. So Bob no longer playing yellow, but in the face of danger, and unfortunately the trade is immediate. I don't know if that's enough bang for the buck for that investment here towards that latter half of the round, especially when the lockdown's gonna come in. Ev this time, maybe up the correct angle found. The Lace, I mentioned it. Conversion rate on these lockdowns or these kill contracts have not been there, and even with an operator in hand, collected, I want to say, off of Bob, they still don't win the engagement. Whoa. Annie.
The Viper's bite. What? Annie goes down trying to get out of the position. And now there's Thea being very quiet here. The 2v1. Slicey has eyes on the spike, but not the position to defuse. It's going to be a Vandal drop. Half is easy, and they're going to keep going for the whole thing. Oh, well played. FlyQuest grab one of those very necessary rounds here on the defensive side, and they will indeed keep that
Last
operator.
round in the half.
There we go. The recharge there on that toxin was everything for the side of FlyQuest. I mean, it doesn't help the slice. I had to go back, recover the Vandal to play things down. I think they were so rich that I don't think that was Bob. They just bought both weapons, right? They're like, we'll be enough. We'll have enough money to buy in the last round and a half. It's fine. And I mean, if you got a Viper op in the server, you got a Viper op in the server. But coming to this last round, yeah, they realized, okay, maybe we're fooling around a little bit too much. Still the money, never been great for Fly, so some light shields. Surprised we don't see any outlaws actually come out from Catface, but Vandals looking to get the job done. They're done messing around with the A. They realize Bob's winning the opening engagements. They realize the op's gonna be there. So this is gonna look clean, hopefully.
Drone to portion. Icy fearlessly again walking through. Saw shoulder there. Thea smoke wall going up just a little late. See if this lurk actually from a lovely can get around far enough, or that comes back through mid on the team here. Planted. And they're ready to defend. Sin starts them off.
Talked about how far forward these players are going to be. Maybe Sin wasn't going to be Icy, and it looks like, I mean, Sin, it makes sense, right? Not dead yet, you're back. Beautiful timing of Toxic Screen to keep her alive as well so she can fight. And this time there's disengagement. This time there was a vulnerability factor from Icy's undercut, I think. And all of that culminates with players staying alive. And you talked about the trades, Riv. They are on point to close out this half.
Wow. A very dominant half. And FlyQuest looking structured on the rounds they were able to get when they wanted it. They kind of were able to sneak in and grab these rounds. You're like, oh, okay, they're gonna go on a run from here. They've got post plant, 3 post plant defuse, but that just wasn't the case. It seems like MEOW was always finding members of Fly on the map before they were even able to really get to the sites in the transfer from site to site.
There we go. Side swap, the double duelist hopefully going to be spotted in action, but yeah, we said it, they've been colorful, they've been creative, they've been confident, and that's exactly what this pistol round setup is screaming right now. 3, maybe 4 players down mid, a quick pivot back to screens if the deep dart from Lunafox spots anything A perhaps. This is about to be bloody between your alert players, Thea and a Lovely.
Yeah, you get that double detection over there. Darts out, turret on top of screen, can see. Look at that damage coming in through mid right quick. They walk right through the smoke, though. They don't even respect it. And a Lovely's down already.
And you think they're going to keep going, right? They found the kill. They're going to push through. And so Fly has the immediate reaction, right? The instinct to speed up on towards A. But I mentioned it. They go right back towards screens. They try to fight back in, but it's a little disjointed. And as a result, I love this pause from Fly, right? You have alert WinCon. You have Thea making her way through spawn. No Spidey sense signaling just yet either for the Catface members. And hopefully the trade will follow. Stem the bleeding.
You see Lunafox looking all over like, wait, where did that come from?
One enemy
They don't
remaining.
even know now. Just ring around the rosy. Beautiful from FlyQuest. Really just shaking off that first half and coming in with a stellar pistol round in the second half here.
Yeah, it was a nice all-in towards mid, but again, the backtracking, and really, I think those backside fights that were won by the deep control of FlyQuest on A, things started to go a little bit south. Like, they kept those numbers, they kept the 4v5, and maybe if they only had 3 players go in and they kept a player like Slicey B main, they would have caught out the Thea lurk. It would have been a little bit more stable of a gutsy approach to a pistol round, but all in all, cut your loss, move on. 9-3 curse in full swing when you win the pistol, so that's a check mark done for FlyQuest, but doesn't look like we're done with the aggressive antics out of MEOW just yet. 3 strong B main, and Bob seems to be aware. Sniper rifle in hand, laced with the Bulldog biting at its side as well. Ooh.
Oh, big trade. The fight for long B here. It's Slicey and the rest of the team come big. A frenzy purchase ringing out there from the side of MEOW. But this Bulldog and the Guardian can do big work. Great check on the A side here. Good slow down FlyQuest, but they're ready to fight for this. This should be a few pickups.
I like that. We talked about how they had the advantage and gave it away so easily last round, and this round they're trying to keep it. Lunafox especially, ring around the rosy, just trying to keep a Lovely pinned while the 2 players can manage the 1v2 against Thea here. My concern is, I mean, the one player you can sacrifice with Slicey, right? Sin, Animal, they're the ones with the Bulldog and the Stinger in hand. But now you've given time where a Lovely can now regroup with Thea and they can play down this 2v2. They can fight back for spike control with plenty of time. 40 seconds left.
Oh.
Here.
Go for the peek. Thea takes 1 down, sees the Stinger inside. What's the peek gonna be here? Campbell? Oh my gosh. I thought the swing was going to be there. That was close. The Lovely able to get it with the Guardian. Nicely done. Like you said, they bought time, but in the same sense, MEOW gave them too much time. So, you know, great play by FlyQuest to be able to stretch that out and find the kills and get back to it for another one. It did take a lot of damage, but looks like they will have the purchases to come through here and have a pretty formidable perk buy.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they could have played it better, right? If LunaFox leaves, you don't know where Lovely's going.
Right.
Maybe I wouldn't have gotten aggressive like Sin did, but then also you don't know if a Lovely's going to flank, and then you're looking, again, divided attention. But all in all, I agree. It was a great round. Damage is done. When you're at a 9-3, you need to snowball rounds. You need to go for this third round bonus. And with an opening kill like that and suboptimal weapons with many sheriffs now, the hero rifle dropped on Lace. This is not looking great for those conversion odds. So double digits here in the headlights for MEOW.
Slowly making their way through mid. FlyQuest, are they pressuring on the smoke?
Is the turret watching mid?
Okay, they took it. Yeah, I was like, I think maybe smoked it first, and then they didn't see anything.
Spike down.
Oh my gosh, breaking the crosshairs, breaking the ankles. The Lovely's able to pick up the Sheriff there. They're able to find their way through now with some weapons. Make it safe. They are still the only one with the Sheriff creeping around, but Animal's trying to hold sight.
Oh, now, I mean, it's difficult when you have a lurk-up kitchen. Second time she's been able to strike from the shadows in that regard. And yep, don't take that fight. Get a better weapon. Get the 2v3, get the spike plant, get the regroup with a Lovely. But again, they've given up so much map control, they don't know what angles to clear.
MEOW's giving Catface giving a lot of respect here to figure out if the lurk's going to come back through with this much time, and the post plant being a 2v3. You have that advantage to just retake. So you see now the adventure by FlyQuest. Oh, that's good damage. You heard another footstep just above him.
They never planned to leave, right? There were 10 seconds left. They just wanted the 2v2. They wanted an ounce of advantage here, and it's not going to come. A Lovely off. Someone needs to play survival here, but Sin just sweeps both under the rug. And just like that, they will reach the anticipated double digits. And another, great eco attempt out of Fly, I'll say, right? I think I was questioning, right, like Bob being the one to dash in when you're the only one with the Guardian there, but that was just a trust fall with the Lovely. They get both weapons, they head towards B, and ultimately, Animal, the anchor was there and kind of kept things pretty even footing until the rest of the team regrouped and played, like you mentioned, a very cautious game.
Animal having a hell of a game. Definitely feeling much better. You were saying before, wasn't feeling too well the other week, but yeah. Kicked that cold and now is just kicking butt right now. Outlaw on this purchase. Doesn't have too many low armors to shoot at, but still can get a good return on Thea. I was looking down when that kill happened, so that return won't happen right away. Beautiful shot by Thea to start us off. They're still looking to get A, but the lurk's already done into that kitchen area.
Look at the proactivity. 2 players outspawn. Again, this turret, I was going to say maybe mispositioned, but they destroyed all the less, and Lovely able to respond. I was told the entire team rolling up to the fight. They recognize it to be more than one. In a little silly manner, the job's still done. Bob as well, ensuring there's no kind of retroactive retaliation. And it is going to come. They double down. LunaFox, little upgrade. But, I mean, I think the seeds have been set, and they just have to wait for the growth, right? Look at where Thea is. Look at where Lovely is. LunaFox... she's trolling. She realizes that, I might not win this round. I'll take my time in the spotlight for a sec.
Spike planted.
This is that speed, the reactivity we think of when we think, or we see when we think of FlyQuest, is they realize there's not many in front. This has to be a lurk. Our lurk's kind of up here and hasn't seen much, and they're just adapting much quicker. It doesn't seem like MEOW has control of the game, which is exactly what FlyQuest needed here. So to be able to go from that first half here to controlling the game again is really, really good to see for the FlyQuest mental, and that they've been able to kind of even, shake off the last 2-3 games even, where they haven't been able to find their wins.
Yeah, it feels like they're a little tunnel visioned, right? Like, we're seeing they consistently slip through the cracks, right? Their fixations on where presence is. They're going for these kind of simpler, aggressive plays, which works for the attack, don't get me wrong, and can work on the defense, but this is an experienced squad and Fly. And, again, they're pretty mechanically sound as well, so eco round may not go the way you hope it does, nonetheless. And, all right, Fly. Opening kill.
Little Bob revenge there.
Yeah.
Slicey, though. Dodge. Team's actually throwing the bolts already. MEOW is trying to put everything into sight to deny this really quick here and get a close in on what the lurks might be. Sin sees one in mid, but they don't know what the coverage at A is anymore.
Oh yeah, and I thought Icy was going to try and take that fight alongside Sin, but too late. It's now Ford staring you down. Slicey still gets one, but Bob is still selling this B fake, has gained all this control that, yeah, it's just going to call, hey guys, come back. And I'm hoping maybe mid 2, maybe Snow Pile, we can see Sin, see Slicey find some more miracle kills, but HP, numbers advantage, all kind of favoring Fly in this situation. Gonna be real difficult to get this round.
Creeping in. Last second 5 HP attack. Oh, that's an ultimate up. Not that they'll use it here, but they have one to use now. Oh, actually, it gets a little bit of that pick-me-up. Sin moving forward. Yeah, it could easily be used in this situation. How do MEOW do this?
I don't know. I mean, they had more time, maybe, but at this point, the one hero rifle you collected was Sin, and it took her time to revive. It took her time to push forward, and while it was hopeful, off of, again, quick thinking, quick collection of the upgrade, still not enough, and Fly at their 7th, and at this point, we're looking at a possible 9-3 comeback in the making. If I'm MEOW, you know, this is a rifle round, obviously, don't need the timeout just yet, but you got 2 up your sleeve. Maybe contemplate it after this round if it doesn't go your way, because that would be, what, 5 out of 6 rounds in this half already going the way of Fly?
Yeah. Where do they put it? Long B for the operator. Push up, get some information towards A. And Bob's gonna try to get this. Oh, we go instant. Hunter's Fury. Get the operator online and give Bob space right away. Also figure out a little bit of A. Thea's figured out in mid, so see how MEOW reacts here.
Oh, Icy also has an operator in this equation, though, in this horse race. And it's interesting it's only going to be used possibly to take out the lurk players. Nobody's showing their face over towards B, but it's all A. It's always been at the moment. There's the op posted up there. Lace is trying to initiate there. And unfortunately, just none of those kills work out, but it did set up the lurk kill, the trade from Thea. Slicey looking for a quick retribution kill through window. They missed the timing narrowly.
Oh, wait a minute.
No way.
Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. There's like just an angle on MEOW when they're trying to figure out what's going on the map, and FlyQuest has the right angle every time so far. Beautiful macro over the last few rounds to just dissect what Catface wanted to do, how they want to defend.
Enemy remaining.
You can see the kills are just happening all over the map on the mini-map itself.
Yep, I mean, getting warmed up. I mentioned this was going to be a last kind of ditch effort by the time being from MEOW, so Sin contemplating the save here. I'm expecting a timeout, especially if you lose a round in that fashion. If there's one player that I'm really liking their like kind of return to GC after missing kickoff, Thea, this map, she looks so individualistic, right? She is really the linchpin finding these impactful kills, impactful rotation points for this team. And now she's even searching for the cherry on top, looking for Sin over towards A, leading that charge. But Sin, they have a good spot to just hunker down by at the end of the world.
Yeah, it seems like Thea has like the anywhere belt right now. The round starts and Thea's anywhere. Just in kitchen, back in spawn, like giving super information to the team and relaying more info. FlyQuest must just have all the reads right now because of that movement. And you're right, coming into 17 and 12 there, just behind a Lovely who's also fragging out. They are starting to put up the numbers here on the attack side, only losing that bonus too, and they were able to right the ship just after it. So the operator falls away from the Catface side now. Bob's still going to bring that power to the table. Ultra online for both sides and a good amount here, so you still have to be careful on these rounds. FlyQuest is looking strong, but they could get caught in some ultimate.
Yep, I was going to say, these players pushing down mid. Thea somehow spearheads the single rifle player, the hero rifle. Passed off to Icy. There's a kill contract in the mix if they wanted to try to make something happen this round, but I think you saved them for your rifle. And I was wondering, okay, do we see a timeout now in the next round? There's that philosophy between eco timeouts and buy timeouts. And it seemed like they had a plan for the eco, but I still need that timeout here right now because they're looking a little lost, like they don't have adjustments. And Fly, I mean, they're respecting them, right? Lockdown invested even on an eco round. Icy though. Disrespect here. They're still sticking around.
Oh my gosh. Just shot right off the rope for a moment there. They get the spike back. Ooh, shot high and right. Bob goes down, so they get the operator shot. Might still be on Jenny if they can't get it. Somebody's going to jump over there and grab it. And it looks like they'll be able to walk this one out.
You're like, is Thea lurking again, guys? Am I gonna get killed walking away trying to save my rifle?
We haven't
gotta
seen the
deal with
Viper.
the players on site first. They're actually gonna go for this. Miracle 1v4 it would be, especially with 5 HP.
Great read.
And
Great
one after another. Fortunately, they get a Thea at the crux. Ooh, get the op, get the op! Yeah, Ev!
Oh my
Saving
gosh.
it. Buzzer beater there to get that back to Bob. I mean, fortunately she did lose the fight up against Icy, maybe beating her match there a little bit, but becoming a nice staple for the attack here. And yeah, no timeout called.
Wild here from FlyQuest. And yeah, you're right. No timeout called. And sometimes you just let it flow, I guess. You feel like the team's doing all right, and they're just missing one thing. Nothing you say can help, but sometimes you need that reset. And Bob's going to reset Slicey right off the bat this round. That operator grab comes up.
Look at Icy. Challenge forward, they get ahead of it. Maybe a little bit too confident that was a solo Viper anchor here. Well, Icy's been playing with B-Start every round, time after time again. And I like how they don't like overstay their welcome. They're like, hey, we got the numbers back, I'm out. And they can give up that B space, they can use it to keep track instead of Thea and the lurks possibly. But all in all, these look like stable positions. I just don't need them to get aggressive here. You have the numbers, the turret. Could get you punished here in tube.
Oh, no way. Little squeak out the window. Thea's good for another one. And continues to shut down Catface when she sees them. Animal's trying to get the fast rotation, but gets turned around on, thinking the angle was gone.
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
No. And again, it's just every player slips through the cracks. The defense looking mosaic at this point. As we tie things up 10 to 10. Yeah.
It's like you got to turn around to fight people when the spike's in front of you right now. That is very telling of just how FlyQuest is able to macro around right now. It's like they have a UAV online and everything they do is in the right spot. There you go, Zobi. The timeout has been called to the scratching post.
And I think there's two things here. One silver lining is before this timeout was called, you didn't dive into your ultimate reserve. That was my big concern, is that they didn't have a concrete plan for investing these, and that's what timeouts are immaculate for, right? My other thing to point out here is that Catface doesn't have a coach, right? So this is just the team effort, thinking through things, why things are going wrong. And honestly, you know, I'm not a coach. I'm not like a team-based analyst. I'm here to like make things simple, right? And honestly, have we seen them play retake once? Have we seen them have a numbers retake advantage in the post plant once? Versus how many times did Fly get to attempt that on the B site? You know, 3, 4 times and a half? That's kind of what I want to see here, right? They're being a little bit too proactive, right? We look at Animal, right? Last round through tube. We look at Icy, you know, sticking around. You know, they got out at a good time, but even just, you know, punished by Thea. I want to see them play a little bit more cautiously. That, or, you know, I need to see, like, Sin and Icy together. Like, the double duelist fight together, right? And they haven't.
No, I like that. I mean, you can see on their side, you have 3 players with 18 frags, so maybe there's that inclination. You know, I'm kind of frying today. Maybe I'll peek this situation they're trying to curb right now, right? So you're just trying to get all these, like you said, get everybody online, get more people for the takes. I mean, they should almost see what's happening, because this is what they did to Fly, right? Fly was always down in numbers, trying to get the psych in the rotation, getting caught out. But to this extent, Fly is just kind of pulling the Catface every which way here. Coming out of the timeout, let's see what we got.
You took one of the suggestions. Sin, Icy paired up here. They were trying to get aggressive through A, but I think just the clearance utility, that procedural execution, was a little bit too strong to weather from this force of FlyQuest. So late Drone is set to confirm just what they're looking at here. And they are playing a little bit, you know, farther off, right? They are playing, it looks like, more for receiving the pressure than, you know, fighting against it here. Can they? Is the question. Bob, nasty angle. Sin, victim. And it's just, again, they're fighting for the site, and in players dropping like flies one after another. The trades we saw in the first half, now kind of that gift, that power has been relinquished to FlyQuest.
Yeah. Lurk through mid as well, just to make sure they have more coverage. Slicey's going to be there. Drop out the window is coming very quick, so they can get this kill too. Luna Fox tries to move into sight. Nice smoke from the Clove, though. Try and set things up.
Ooh. Yeah, they were just trying to buy time with the shocks, calling the bluff of Luna Fox that Thea could get back to the party through screens. And Luna Fox internal clock was there, recognized someone could be coming from mid, but it feels a little too late. 8 HP. Proper timing and a little hospital flick as well in close proximity. Just like that, timeout or not, FlyQuest steal the lead back 11-10.
Just at the tip of the nose there, a few inches further and it would have been the shot needed. But yeah, what a round, well played. And again, Thea comes up big on a round, gets back to the team after a decent lurk and figures out what needs to be done for the win. Still, Pit can go down. They get to 410. They put that down immediately. It looks like a pretty big push from Catface, though. See if they can get the momentum of this round in their favor with an early kill here.
Yeah, deep dart goes in. Trying to see the kill contract, and that might be their undoing here. Stinger, tag team, it's nice. The pressure out of Belt Mounts, and it's Bob having a resurgence to possibly start closing out this map. 2 kills found, A site wrapped up with a neat bow, and you still have these secret agents, you know, running amok towards the rest of the map, right? They mid, a lovely over towards B. It's just, you know, divide, conquer, pinpoint, isolate, and execute.
Oh my gosh, that's a great list of words. FlyQuest are doing such a good job of just absorbing anything that Meowface wants to, or Catface wants to do. You're like, all right, let's try pushing this. FlyQuest is like, oh yeah, we're ready for that. If Meow push this or mid, FlyQuest is ready for it. The adaptation here is incredible. So 12 in their favor here, only losing 1 on the second half. It's crazy.
And, I mean, this is where I will say comebacks go to die, right? When you reach that 11th, that 12th round. When it gets pushed to overtime and the team that gets those last few rounds of momentum are able to steamroll it back to a 14-12. They still have not used these ultimates, mind you. These 3 ultimates sat on for the last 3-4 rounds for MEOW. They just haven't gotten the opportunity to retake, to use them. And now they finally are coming out to pasture. Slicey, they're like, we gotta shut down this A execute. There's the kill contract I wanted to see as well. You've been good at winning these in the Gulag. This is the time you have to do it, and they do, despite the kill contract. But Ev takes things under their own belt. Thea as well, the mid lurk, again, catastrophic out of screens. Your bodyguard for Icy, that's not enough. And it's all down to Animal, the 1v4.
Thea has been absurd in the right spot, in the right timing. Taken out there, though, obviously floored, swept off their feet as Bob comes in with a final kill, 13-10.